Good morning, Concordia University Irvine. I'm Mason Dalbeck. Many of you may know me from my time spent standing outside the CAF, yelling out into the crowds about upcoming events being put on by the various student leadership groups. Some of you may know me as an RA. For those of you that I've written up, I really am sorry. In my time over the past 4 years here, I've worn a variety of hats. From lacrosse player, to hunt coordinator, over to resident assistant, to club commissioner, back to resident assistant, and most importantly, as a 2-time intramural flag football champion. However, a little over 4 years ago, I never imagined wanting to take part in any of this. I had recently dropped out of what I thought was my dream school, and I found myself with no direction, no plan, and no real purpose. Luckily, Coach Jesse Foss gave me a second chance at college and brought me to Concordia with an opportunity to play lacrosse. When I came to Concordia 4 years ago for my second freshman year, I had a plan. Keep my head down, play lacrosse, and get a degree. And for my first 2 years as a student here, I did a pretty great job at that. I didn't go to a single res event, midnight madness, or athletics games besides the one I was standing on the sideline of. I was a student here, but I was not a part of the community. During this time, I saw my peers, whom I knew of but didn't know personally, seemingly having the time of their lives. I saw the friendships that developed amongst the RAs. I saw the fun the intramural coordinators were having, and whatever ASCU I was up to, they seemed to be living the dream. Most importantly, I saw the community they built among the students here. So after 2 years of watching from the outside, at the end of my sophomore year, I decided to apply for the newly created hunt coordinator position. And by God's grace, Alexis Borland gave me the job. Thanks to this decision, I was set on the path I am now. A path I had no interest in taking just a few months prior. I wanted to be involved in as much of Concordia's community as possible. A community that took me in with open arms. A community that I have come to love and can honestly say contains the most amazing people I've met in my 23 years on God's green earth. The greatest honor that I've been blessed with is I was able to be a part of building this great community alongside amazing people. Thanks to the staff for showing me what it means to serve and for putting up with my antics, especially Alexis Borland, Michael Otnod, and Amanda Norris. Thanks to the professors who pushed me to, as Dr. Armstrong put it, learn for the sake of learning, which cost me many hours of sleep whenever I would procrastinate on their assignments. And a special thanks to Dr. Brighton, who somehow got me through both Greek 1 and 2, and to my fellow students, of which there are too many to name. Thank you for allowing me in your lives. The love that I have received from the people I've met here has shown me what kind of difference even the smallest gesture can make in another person's life, and to appreciate everyone you have the opportunity to meet. And as cliche as it is, I truly am wiser, honorable, and more cultivated than I was 4 years ago. All thanks to the people I've crossed paths with in my time here. But as amazing as this place is, and as much as we love the people here, our time here must end at one point or another. But the opportunities to build something great don't end. Look to Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. While I'm sure many of us have plans upon graduating and think we may have the next 5 to 10 years of our lives figured out, it is important to remember that life may have something else in store. If upon leaving this place we become too focused on our own ambitions and goals, we may miss the opportunities that the Lord has in plan for us. We can't comprehend the joys and struggles in store for us after leaving Concordia. And while the uncertainty is certainly horrifying to some extent, it's also amazing, knowing that we can't comprehend the greatness in store for us. And for those of us who aren't sure of what's to come, just look back at our time here at Concordia. Many of us were unsure of college, not knowing what to expect, declaring for one major, realizing we hated it, and redeclaring a few more times. Not knowing what to expect from your freshman year roommate, who is either still your best friend, or you haven't spoken with in 3 years. But in all uncertainty, hopefully, we've all found community here. Friendships that will last long after our time as students. I'm sure many of us that were unsure have had experiences over our time here that we would not trade for the world. All of this stems from a sense of uncertainty, similar to what we face now upon leaving this place. And some of us think we may have a plan for the next few years, knowing exactly how our lives will go. To those of us in this camp, I implore you to look back at my time here. Thinking I was going to have one college experience and ending with a totally different one I would not trade the world for. While having direction is not a bad thing, don't forget to keep your eyes open for unexpected opportunities along the way. While I came into college with the goal 4 years ago to keep my head down, play lacrosse, and get a degree, I'm beyond proud to say I only accomplished one of those come my senior year. And I would not change a thing about my time here. As we all leave Concordia to build whatever community we'll be a part of away from here, remember to take the lessons learned and the relationships built here with you into the real world. Remember to keep your heart and mind open to whatever unforeseen opportunities life may have in store for you in the years to come. Remember to embrace the uncertainty that comes with whatever journey we're each beginning, the same uncertainty we faced upon entering this community that has led us to where we are now. Proud graduates of the Concordia University Irvine.